Welcome back to Fiction Tea with Quan. So opening scene, we have Elizabeth, older Elizabeth, who is out in the woods. It's blizzard snowing, and she's out in the woods, and she digs under the ground, and she finds some pictures, which I'm sure she probably buried there and knew they were there. But yeah, she pulls out the pictures, and they're pictures of, you know, Elizabeth when she was younger, and her family, her mom, her dad, her sister. The picture that Noah showed Charlotte, which is a baby picture of Charlotte, and Noah's holding her. And there's another picture of Charlotte as a baby, Noah, and the mother, Charlotte's mother. We're just gonna leave that there until we get later on in the video. Now, our narrator this time is Noah, and Noah is talking to his younger version of himself, and he tells his younger version of himself, like, you gotta fulfill the prophecy. You're me, I am you. We gotta fulfill the prophecy. Next thing you know, Magnus and Francesca show up, and they take young Noah out of there. They take him away. And then the doors close. Jump to the scene where Noah tells Claudia, we can fix it. We can fix this. We can change this because the older you told me that we can. And maybe we can't change big, massive things, but we can change the small things. And he says that as they're in the cave, and he opens up one of the lids from the radioactive cans. He says that, then he pulls out one of the tubes of the dark matter, and then that scene just cuts. It actually created a lot of foreshadow and suspense because it cut straight from that scene to the next scene. It didn't actually show him pouring the liquid into the can, but you can assume and foreshadow that that is what happened, but it didn't actually show it. So jumping to the next scene, Bartus is talking to his sick, cancered mother, Regina. Of course, we know Regina is the name of Claudia's daughter, and if that's Claudia's daughter's name, then you gotta add 2 and 2, and of course, that's ultimately her daughter, just an older version of her. I know. So Bartos tells his mom, oh yeah, by the way, Grandma was here not too long ago, actually. And Regina is just like, what? She was here? And she starts to cry and quiver. And from that scene, the quivering of Regina, the bead sweats on Bartos' forehead, I was just like, they sold it. That was a great scene between those two and that whole incident. Then it jumps back to the scene of the detective police guy who tells Alexander, like, yeah, I got a warrant to go check out the power plant now, and I might not be able to prove that you're not my brother, but I'm gonna prove that you have some involvement in this. And then he steps out like a boss. And then Alexander is like, no, you can't go there. You can't go there. Let me out. Let me out. And he tells Waller, you gotta tell him to let me out. You gotta tell him to release me. And Waller is like, maybe this should happen. Maybe this is meant to be. Maybe it's finally it, and we should let this happen. Like, maybe this is better, that the truth will come out. And one is left to assume that Waller knows a lot more than he putting out, and he definitely knows about what's in that power plant, and he's probably connected deeper into this than we think, because how he reacted towards Alexander is like, all right, so they know each other like that. I don't know much about Waller's character, so there's a lot of suspiciousness going on around his character. He has to be in on this in some way, but it's like, and it's also just like, it's a small town, so who isn't in on this? Everybody's in on this, it seems. I get to the scene where with older Jonas and Martha, and I'm just like, this is borderline a little pedophilic. I mean, it's a little weird. It's a little weird because he's older. I mean, I know it's Jonas, I know, but he's an old behind man. Like, he's an older man, and Martha had in this show, she has to be like a teenager, and yeah, he just completely threw out the fact that you're mine out the window. That went out the window. And he grabs her and he's like, I gotta take you to the bunker. He pulls out a gun, threatens her, and tells her, you gotta come with me. He's gonna take her to the bunker to be safe. And, you know, she's scared, but at the same time, you can see in his eyes that he does care, and he is terrified of the fact of her dying. So the apocalypse shows up on the screen, and what takes place after that, we go to Katerina. Now, I did mention that Elizabeth, the little girl, is my favorite character, but I'm going to throw that to the side because she's not. But Katerina, by far, has to be one of the best characters on this show because you can actually, you've seen her transition you know, her development as a character from the beginning of season 1 till now. I love that she will do whatever it takes to get Mikkel back. That is Mama Bear right there. She is dedicated. She went from this kind, happy-go-lucky woman and mother, this considerate friend, to this very wild yet hurt mother, yet determined and resilient. Nailing it. She is nailing it. So then it goes to the cave scene with Jonas and Claudia, and he tells Claudia, you know, we're gonna open the passage. Remember the passage that Bartooth sealed up when he was with younger Noah, that scene? And Claudia's like, no. What do you mean we're about to open the passage? What? And it just cuts straight to Adam. He is waiting for the clock to strike 12. He kind of looks irritable, a little bit impatient, waiting. Really necessary to tell because of his makeup, but that's what I got from that scene. And yeah, he's waiting for the clock to strike 12 so the apocalypse can start. And he can restart a whole new world. This is in the episode, and then boom, they hit us with an end scene after they show Adam's face. And it's like, for a second, you're like, hold on, that was too short. It's like they ended the scene and broke it as if, you know, the episode ends, it just goes dark and it ends. They did it like that. But then, of course, it came back on because the show is about 50 minutes long. I thought that was pretty interesting. Pretty good. Yeah, so then we jump back to Jonas and Martha's scene. They end up getting to the bunker. He tells her, you know, don't leave the bunker. And it's like, that's like telling a little kid not to that's like telling a little kid not to go eat candy that you set on the table in front of their face. You know, when she gets the chance, she up out of there. She's leaving. Then it goes to Waller and Charlotte. Waller tells Charlotte, I helped Alexander. Alexander buried the toxic waste under the nuclear plant 4 hours before the apocalypse, to the scene of Adam and Noah. Noah goes up to Adam and he's like, you used me. You never meant to save anyone. You wanted to go against humanity, not go against God. And he's so fed up. He takes the pieces of papers. He just tosses it, throws it at Adam, and they just fly around. And Adam just, you know how Adam is. He's just unbothered. He's just standing there like... Meanwhile, Noah's like really mad. He's like, you used me. He pulls out a gun and he aims it at Adam, ready to kill. And guess what happens when he tries to pull the trigger? It doesn't work. The gun doesn't work. First, I'm like, this gun ain't got no bullets. But then the scene with Agnes, I'm like, oh, it just wasn't meant to be for him. So yeah, he was super salty, and he thought that he was about to kill Adam, but nope. Adam is just sitting there all unbothered like, what are you waiting for? Then, Adam reveals that not only is Charlotte Noah's daughter, which we knew, Elizabeth is Charlotte's mom and her daughter. And I'm just like, what? I tell you not, when I watched the beginning of the episode, that was a thought that popped up in my head. Because I kept looking at the picture and I was like, that's her. That gotta be her. You know how they do the scene, they jump from the picture of the person from the past to the picture of the person with the present. They did that when Elizabeth was holding the picture in the beginning of the episode. And that was a thought that came in my head, but I was like, nah. And behold, it was true. Then after he tells him that, Noah's just looking like, say what? And Magnus and Francesca pull up on Noah like they're the freaking Men in Black with Agnes, who is freaking Noah's sister, is freaking Agnes. I know. Crazy. So yeah, Agnes shoots him. She kills her brother. Boom. Pow. And his death is just... It was just so funny to me. Not gonna lie, I laughed a bit when he died because I was just like, this is really weird. Like, he didn't really do that well with the death scene. His face just looked like he was constipated. And he took so long to fall and to die. And I'm just like, did he get shot? When he got shot, it was like... He didn't feel it right away. Maybe because that was the reaction, how it was supposed to be. I just thought it was kind of humorous, and I'm just like, okay, when is he gonna fall? When is he gonna die? Yeah, but I didn't care that he died. I just was like, oh, damn. Oh, well. Jonas activates the time machine, and then, boom, it all begins. Dead birds start flying down, falling out from the sky as young Elizabeth, and her father are driving to the bunker. 2 hours before the apocalypse, Claudia and Regina finally meet. They have their little moment. It's cute. And young Noah shows up to Jonas's house, gives him a letter that apparently is from Martha. And he tells him, you gotta save us, man. You gotta save me. You gotta save Bartoots. You gotta save Magnus. You gotta save Francesca. Save Agnes so that the new cycle can continue. And not only that, but most importantly, so Martha can live. The scene of Adam putting on the suit. He's about to go into the dark matter. What you up to, Adam? Then it goes to the officer guy, because you know he had that warrant. So now he has the people who work at the nuclear plant place, who are super sus, by the way. And they're digging up the radioactive king. Ends up taking Regina to the bunker. They get there, and then Katerina is on her mission to save Mikkel by any means necessary. She don't care what nobody's saying. She doesn't care what nobody trying to tell. Young Jonas, not old Jonas, not older Jonas this time. Younger Jonas and Martha finally meet, and it's like, oh. But then Noah creeps up, shows up, and he's just like, surprise.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Jonas is like, you lied to me, you lied to me. And you know, Adam just be super chill and casual. Like, he just be so humble and calm. Like, he like nothing bothers him, it seems. And it's just like, this has to happen. This has to happen, Adam. The future has to happen again. It is what it's meant to be. Adam pulls out a gun. Pow, pow. Guess who shoots? Martha. Martha. I can't. Why, Adam? Why? Kind of could tell it pained him a little bit, because the pain is still unforgettable. Like, he shot Martha because he had to, but at the same time, he felt a little hurt because he said the pain was unforgettable. And I think he's referring to himself, how her death still kind of hurt him a little bit. So he tells Jonas, you will carry this pain forever until you let her go. Until you're able to let her go. And he goes to the calendar and he marks June 27th, I'm guessing 2020. And he puts a circle on June 27th. And I'm assuming that the circle represents the dark matter circle, the orb, the togetherness, the oneness of all of them in this whole town and this whole thing. Jump back to the scene of the cop, and he finally gets him to open the dark matter. And he finally gets him to open a can, and it's dark matter on rocks. And I kind of expected it to be open and then it just explode in their faces or something like that. So then they go to the scene of Jonas. He shows up at Francesca's house. He tells Bartos, Francesca, and Magnus, I'm here to save you. To save you from the apocalypse. And Bartos is like, alright, where's Martha at, huh? Where's Martha? And older Jonas doesn't say anything. So I'm assuming he knows she's dead or she's going to die. So we have future Elizabeth, who activates the dark orb. We have Magnus and Francesca, who's watching the orb that was activated that Adam went through. And we have the orb that was activated at the nuclear power plant place by the orders were given by the cop, but they were activated once they opened that can. And so we have 3 orbs happening right now, and I'm gonna assume 3 orbs represent the past, the present, and the future, as well as the symbol, which has the past, the present, the future, the triangle, the Holy Trinity. Quickly jumps to Katerina, who's still in the caves as the time floats around her. I like how it looks. It kind of looks like stars, misty stars floating around her in the cave. So that leads her, that is her path. She had earlier found a map that told her to follow the path, and it looks as though the time is leading her to the path. Oh, the mist leads her to the door. The door of the symbol on there, the past, present, and the future. Like I said, the Trinity, the Holy Trinity. And Katerina puts her hand on the door, turns it, opens it, and then it quickly jumps to the scene of Charlotte, Waller, the cop, and all the people. And that orb actually disappears once Katerina opens the door, because everything's kind of happened simultaneously. And it turns into a circle. It turns into a portal. And through that portal, we see future Elizabeth. Now, this part was so cool, how they were able to see each other and how they made it look, the effects of it. Loved every minute of it. Charlotte and future Elizabeth meet kind of at the beginning of the portal. And And Charlotte finds out it's Elizabeth. It's her daughter Elizabeth. She says mom in sign language. And they have this beautiful reunion. I love that scene. Out slowly to try and touch each other's hands. Scene cuts to the dark orb kind of forming around outside of the town, but around the nuclear plant place, getting bigger and bigger. And it shows the scene of Francesca, the future Francesca, and the future Magnus watching the orb that Adam went through, and all the thunder coming out. All of this is happening. So that's why the scenes are jumping. Because all of this is happening at one time. They're trying to show you that all of this is happening at one time to lead to one big, but it shows the dark orb around the nuclear plant kind of sucking in that nuclear plant, and it doesn't show it, but one can assume that Charlotte was sucked into the future with Elizabeth, because it shows a sort of pulling with the characters, and that's what I assume. So then the final scene, Jonas is in the house, still crying over Martha's dead body. At least he mourned Martha, unlike Claudia. Like, when she killed her dad, she gave no fucks. She left. At least he mourned her. Like, there was some sort of emotion. Claudia, it seemed like she had no emotion. Like, she was sad for like a little bit, but like, Jonas was really hurt, so he still was there. And guess who shows up behind him? Guess who? Martha, a different version of Martha with like a different wig and short hair and wearing all black, dressed like she's a freaking FBI agent or something. Like she's like a government official. I don't know. She's a woman in black. And I'm just like, now I kind of saw this spoiler when I was like looking at photos to add in my video. I did see that photo, so it kind of was already a spoiler, but I tried to push it out of my mind as if, you know, that wasn't a thing that I saw happen. And I mean, so that's why it probably wasn't super shocking, really. I'm just like, what? I need answers. Where did you come from? Not only that, she showed up like right after she dies, like a couple of minutes after she dies. I'm just like, where you come from? I need answers. So she tells Jonas, I'm not who you think. And you shouldn't be asking, what year am I from? He asks her what year you're from. She says, you shouldn't be asking what year am I from. You should be asking what world. And it's like, woo! Like, so she's from a different universe. She's from a different universe. So now you gotta speculate on other universes exist besides just these past, present, future places, time periods. Like, now there's a whole nother universe now. A whole nother universe. Crazy. So then she pulls out this, like, Inspector Gadget circular machine ball type thing that kind of looks like that little orbit ball thing that they were chasing in Harry Potter. She pulls out that, but it's a little bit bigger, and it has, like, these little gadgets on it. It opens up. Next thing you know, the storm / apocalypse sucks in Jonas's house, sucks in Jonas's house, and it just goes off. It ends, and I'm just sitting there watching it like, wait, what? Wait, no, I want more. Where's the rest? You can't just end like that. You can't just leave me hanging like that. But yeah, overall, that was a great episode. That was a great season finale. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the season, and I look forward to seeing how season 3 is gonna be. And I'm super excited about that. And yeah, it's just, man, other universes, another universe. Sounds really interesting. Sounds like it's about to get, it's already been involving some science fiction up in there, but like it's now really about to go hard with the sci-fi, with the science fiction. And I'm excited. I'm excited. So comment below and let me know your thoughts about this episode, your thoughts about the season, and also, let me know what other shows did you guys watch that you look forward to me reviewing. There's a show that I'm going to be reviewing called Legion, and some other new show on Netflix I'm thinking about watching so I can review. Yeah, so comment below, let me know about that. And also, I will see you all next time for the next video. Peace out.